What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Yesterday I was checking out Hector Bravo's channel, the prison guard channel. Check him out. Good channel. He's got a lot of he gets a lot of the information directly from the California Department of Corrections, and he gives the green perspective a lot of times, meaning the CO's side. He was a lieutenant. And you can come to me or, one of us that used to be in prison for the blue side, meaning the convict side, right? We've heard, a lot of us have heard, if you haven't already, there's a statewide lockdown on the level 4 prisons in California, 270s as well as 180s. And honestly, when I heard about it the other day, I had no intentions of doing a video on it. To me, it was nothing, right? But I see there's interest in it. And so I want to give my 2 cents. So right now there's 11 prisons I saw in the memo. I found it on TikTok. And for those of you guys that don't know, I'll read the prisons off. It's Calipatria, Centinela, Tehachapi, High Desert, Kern Valley, Lancaster, Mule Creek, Pelican Bay, New Folsom, Sad-F, and Salinas Valley. Those are all on lockdown. So it's not all of the level 4s because I see a couple are left out, but it's the majority of them. And I have to be honest that to me, it wasn't surprising at all. This is something that's been going on for a long time. I think that because now with the hunger strikes, there's more attention on the prisons. I think the media is more focused. I think a lot of the inmate advocacy groups are more media savvy now and get the media involved immediately to try to get relief for those behind the walls. But this is not a new thing. This is just right now, there's a lot of extreme violence going on in the California Department of Corrections. And I think it's bad publicity for them. So they went ahead and I heard Hector Bravo say that even the terminology has changed. Lockdown is now referred to as modified program. When I was in prison, a lockdown was a lockdown and modified lockdown was different. That was just, if you were on lockdown, you had no action at anything, period. When they modified the lockdown, you were still on lockdown, but you were given access to showers, maybe law library if you had a court case, stuff like that. Then but that's what the modification is. I remember for a long time, a lot of the 180s, well, I can tell you for a fact in Pelican Bay and New Folsom for a long time, you didn't go to the chow hall. They fed you in your cell, even if you weren't on lockdown, and it was due to incidents occurring in the chow hall, and the cops were just like, we're not going to even take any more chances. These guys aren't going to be allowed to go to the chow hall. I believe there were other prisons where they self-fed, and that was the norm. And actually, I liked it more. A lot of us liked it more. I can tell you, I remember an incident. This was a while back, but there was an incident where someone went from Pelican Bay to Tehachapi. And I'm not going to get into why it happened, but that individual wound up stabbing a correctional sergeant. If I remember right, it was a sergeant. And for that incident, they placed all of the Southern Hispanics on lockdown statewide, for the whole state, just the Southerners. Everyone else was still out programming. I remember when the East Coast ran in the program office in Calipatria, and they did a number on quite a few staff. They locked them down. I think they locked all of us down statewide. So a statewide lockdown is nothing new. You know, I remember in the 90s. Here's something that I wanted to say, where there is a lot of violence going on right now. There are a lot of people in there losing their lives. And, you know, it's one of those things where you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And I say that by what I mean by that is this. You don't hear of riots anymore. We had a riot the other day, a 40-man riot. I don't know where that riot was. I heard somebody said it was on the S&Y yard. I don't know. But, you know, when all these guys came out, the cease to hostilities took effect. It's pretty much taken hold. There has never been a time in the California Department of Corrections when in-house cleanups are going to stop. No cop, no police force, nothing is going to stop convicts from policing their own. You know, I remember a cop one time snatched me up in New Folsom after we had hit somebody. He got hit 33 times. And this cop put me in the cage, and I was like, what's all this about? He said, man, that guy got hit 33 times, this and this and that. I said, well, you think you came here? And it was that cop, Zap. Oh, funny style, Zap. I said, well, you think that because you came to this yard, everything was going to stop for you? Like, you ain't nobody around here. Prison is going to be prison. It was prison before you got here, and it'll be prison after you leave. And that's what people got to understand. Prison is a society, is a world of its own. And that world has armies. That world has wars. That world has laws. And when somebody breaks those laws, the laws get enforced. And they get enforced. They don't need a judge and jury. You don't have any rights. When the hammer comes down, it comes down. And you're always the last to know. So those family members that are concerned about what's going on, I get it. And, you know, I feel for you. But your loved one or your loved ones are in prison, and they have to abide by the laws of the people they are under. And I'm not referring to any cops, any administration, any rule in the DOM or the Title 15, which really it's the Title 15, the rules and regulations. Your loved one doesn't give a damn about those rules. Those rules do not apply, and they don't give a damn. And so it's all about self-preservation. It's all about survival. You know, I hear Hector, you know, when Hector doesn't like the director. I don't have a dog in that fight because I wasn't on that side of the I don't know what you would call it, but I guess for COs, they don't like the way, you know, things are done for whatever their reasons. And I get it. They have to go to work and show up to work and feel safe and want to, you know, make it home to their families. But as far as anybody wearing blue, any convicts behind those walls, there's nothing that they can get a new director today. And that new director can say whatever the hell they want to, whatever they say, that convicts don't give a damn. I don't think people understand that. Like, so what is the option now? Bring back the shoe? The shoe never stopped anybody in the first place. It won't stop them again. So, I'm going to do another video because I want this one to be about the lockdown and the mindset. The mindset of people in there is going to be, I have to follow the rules of the people I run with. I don't care about what the CDC is going to do to me. All they're going to do is just restrict me from going to yard, restrict me from going to the chow hall, you know what I mean? Like visits. Your own people are going to restrict you from breathing forever. So I think that's more incentive, right? I I don't see any rules that could be applied. I don't see any policies that could be put in place that will ever stop violence in prison. I think people have to keep in mind that while your loved one is your heartbeat and special, behind those walls, they're none of that. Behind those walls, they're just another dude. And they got to go with the program. They got to go with the flow. Prison is going to be prison no matter what. In California, prison is rough. My prayers are with all you guys back there, man. Everybody behind those walls, because like I say, a lot of times, I know how many of them wish they had this opportunity, an opportunity to get out, an opportunity to be with their loved ones and be productive out here in society. Unfortunately, even though they would love to do that, they don't believe it's possible for them. And so they're focused on what's in front of them. And if they got to knock somebody down today or tomorrow or next week, they're going to do that. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.